I'd like to bring this public hearing to order.
Recording in progress.
Notice of the public hearing, Town Council, Town of Watertown, August 30th, 2022. The Town Council of the Town of Watertown will hold public hearings at the Watertown Town Hall, 61 Echo Lake Road in Watertown, Connecticut, on Tuesday, August 30th, 2022, at a time and purpose indicated below. At 7 p.m. to hear comments on the proposed ordinance, an ordinance appropriating $5 million for various road improvements and related work, and authorizing the issue of bonds or notes and temporary notes in the same amount to finance the appropriation. Mark, would you like to give a summary of the projects?
Yeah, so just for some information for context, the Town of Watertown has approximately 145 miles of accepted paved roads, 37 miles of sidewalks, and 4,500 catch basins. We have estimated that it would cost approximately $23 to $25 million to pave all the 145 miles of Watertown roads without any construction improvements. In April or May of 2022, a committee charged to do so by the Town Council created and distributed a survey that received approximately 300 responses for the usage of ARPA funds. As a result of the survey, there was a clear message from survey respondents that our roads were in dire need of attention. In 2022, the Town Council committed approximately $1.5 million from the ARPA funds to road pavement. We recently contracted with a Connecticut company, Beta, for a pavement management road survey. The survey will provide the town with a comprehensive pavement condition assessment of all 145 miles of roadways. This comprehensive assessment will give the council a roadmap, and there's no pun intended with that, for an infrastructure improvement plan for our streets. There is a clear need to invest monies into our roadway infrastructure, and the $5 million being considered for bonding will be wisely and responsibly expensed with clear guidance through our relationship with Beta. Beta advised that their analysis will be available by the second council meeting in October. It won't help us for making, adding to the conversation this evening, but we will be able to post that information before the referendum in November. That kind of gives the highlights of the need for road improvement.
Thank you, Mark. Anyone in the public that would like to make any comments related to bonding for our roads for $5 million? Not one. Anyone from the Town Council that would like to make any comments related to bonding on our roads? Really
So
quick
I
meeting
gotta
this
ask, I
way.
have to ask something. So because we have time, right? So so that program that we have contracted with that company, Beta, is that right? So they're going to, I know we discussed this previously, but they're going to prioritize which roads need what work in order of how damaged they are, or maybe if you could comment on that a little bit.
Yeah, so they're currently out there evaluating our roads. They have 3 vehicles out there that are actually mapping our roadway and taking a survey of the level of need of improvement for those roads. So they'll give us a report back identifying the roads that need the most immediate attention, and then give us a plan moving forward so that we can make decisions on maybe a capital improvement plan moving forward to keep that infrastructure solid. So my hopes is that when we get that plan, we could look at this amount of money, determine our process that will take to keep these roads, improve the ones that need it, maintain the ones that are currently in decent shape, and this analysis will give us all that information.
So if we didn't have that program, though, that would be, this is kind of removing the politics from it in a lot of ways, right? Because this is going to be kind of a, before, how did we,
Right.
we really didn't, we relied on the public works, right, to determine,
There
which we
was.
still do, but.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of reliance on Public Works to advise the council on the needs. And from what I understand, they had a process where they broke the town into 5 sections. And over the years, they began that process, the council, but as budgets became tight, they were not able to fund the dollars needed to maintain those 5 districts. So at this point, we're outside that that plan, and we need to come up with a different plan. This is going to make it easy for us to say, these are the roads in most need of repair. And I would still think that we're going to look at it in a certain area. We may end up, say, using Hungerford as an example. It's a road in need of a repair. We hopefully will get to it this year. But we may want to do surrounding roads, you know, so that we could get our best bang for our buck from the paver.
As long as we're talking about roads, Main Street isn't in great shape either, and that's the state. Is there some process, I assume, that we reach out to the state and voice our concerns about the condition of the Main Street?
As far as pavement we're talking about?
Right.
Yes, we can certainly do that, yes.
I mean, as long as we're going to try and improve things, let's start right in the center of town where everybody goes up and down every day and get that in decent shape. And the state's got the money now.
Hopefully.
Whether they'll give it to Watertown's another question, but
I could only ensure you that we will ask.
that's all we can do. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Last chance from the public, anyone? I just want to touch on one thing that Mark mentioned, which was the ARPA survey. Many of you guys might have filled that out a few months back, or actually a year ago at this point. And we had a handful of different questions related to those funds, and overwhelmingly, we had the very last question of, is there any other projects or any other concerns in town? And the number of people, I don't remember the exact number, but literally hundreds of people put in roads, roads, roads. So even though it's, you know, quiet here tonight related to roads and even coming from the town council, there has been a somewhat large voice from the public saying that we need to invest more in our town and into our roads to make them safe and just more appealing to the town. So if there's no one else, we will end this public hearing and see everyone in 20 minutes. Thank you.
Recording stopped.